Hello everyone, this is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
For over 2 decades, we focused on one philosophy, the 10 life values. A system that helps us examine our lives, our vision, our leadership. Our products and our services are exclusively for men, all men. The ones who teach and mentor our kids, maintain our livestock and grow our food, make and repair our products, saves us from catastrophe, and protect our nation. The 10 life values are woven into every product and service we create. Because at the end of the day, our vision is to see all men from every community equipped with the appropriate processes and the necessary tools to be excellent fathers and the best version of themselves they can be.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, my Kryptonites, how you doing? A-gang, 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 I redid this hand. Remember yesterday this one was yellow. So it's not yellow anymore because I messed them up and then I just peeled them off, and the gel is not supposed to peel like that. So I just peeled them off and redid them as red this time, and I redid them better. But I'm not gonna lie, I like the little decal is like a little maple leaf, and I'm not gonna lie, they so cute. They cute as buttons, but it's not working out. The little maple leaf is too stiff and it won't contour to my nail, so it's just straight, and they're like foil pieces. And you would think that the top coat would weigh them down, but it don't. But anyway, while I my smile, Miss Isada, who have we got in here? We got Tone Malone, we got Father's Time, we got Cleveland, we got Talib, we got Artisan, we got Malika, we got El Negro, we got Sheep. What's going on, Sheep? We got Miss Kalila, we got Torian. We got Torrance, we got my sister Isada, we got Ruminant, Dion, we got Miss Crystal. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the likes up, please. Let's get the likes up. Thank you, Swap. Said God bless you, sister. Thank you so much. And you as well. You know, I did not exactly know what I was going to talk about. I had a topic, but it was more like an inspirational topic, kind of, which I still may do. But I turned on the old laptop, and, you know, the news runs across it, right? And I saw this and I said, oh yes, this is what we going to talk about today. And I scribbled some notes. And listen, let me tell you something. When these twins scribble notes, see, when I write a lot of notes, I'm listening, I'm engaged. But only one of the twins are listening. The other one don't care about whatever it is that I'm taking notes on. But I'm telling you, when these twins get to talking and I scrap these notes, because this is pure D chicken scratch. Nobody can understand these notes but me. Thank you, Chief Rocker. Nobody can understand these notes but me. Let me just tell you that. Okay. Thank you again, Chief Rocker. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Where is this? Right. But I tell you one thing, when I scribble them notes in chicken scratch, because I don't really write in chicken scratch, although my penmanship has gotten a lot worse as I have gotten older. Oh, you tripled up. Thank you, Chief Rocker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is chicken scratch, but I'm telling you, these notes, it ain't but about 3 of them. But the way my mind work, I need keywords, phrases, something. And it'll make, you know, the twins talk. They'll talk to each other. And be like, did you see that? Yeah. The keyword. Yeah. Talk about the keyword. Okay, I'm talking about the keyword right now. Talk about it then. Okay. And that's when you get the real fire shows. When the twins do that exchange, when they do the handoff. Gemini twin handoff is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. It's not always so beautiful to go through it and to have, especially when the handoff is slow or sloppy or one of the twin fumbles the ball. That's not a good look. But we're going to talk about Biden signing in this AAPI crime bill into law. But we are not going to talk about it from the standpoint that everybody might think that we're going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it from that standpoint. We're going to talk about it from another standpoint. You know what? I forgot to put something in OBS. Let me do this real quick. Let me do something real quick. Okay. Oh yes, Father's Time. That law was signed quick, fast, and in a hurry. Do you understand me? Because they're doing something. I'm going to read the article. We're going to read the article. Y'all want to read it with me? Y'all can read it with me. Let me turn it on. Y'all can read it with me. Okay. Biden signs anti-Asian hate crime bill into law. President Joe Biden on Thursday signed into law the C-19 Hate Crime Act. Ain't that about a name for it? The C-19 Hate Crime Act, y'all. You know what? I need to go read it because, you know, a lot of times they have it. I need to go to the whitehouse.gov website because a lot of times they're having bills and stuff up there for you to read. I want to look at that. But anyway, the C-19 Hate Crime Act, y'all, that passed through Congress in an increasingly rare show of bipartisanship. Now, we all know what bipartisanship means, right? Bipartisanship means that both of the parties, the elephant and the donkey, came together because we still supposed to be trying to believe that they not together. So we gotta uphold that delusion, y'all, that it's not one and the same. Thank you, Jeremy Sears. Thank you so much. So hit the like button. Everybody, please hit the like button. So we supposed to be, you know, still upholding the delusion that the two parties is different and they got a different idea and a different agenda and all of that. But we all know that's a bunch of malarkey, because if the two parties were so different, our country would not have been on the same trajectory for all these years through all these presidents. Chew on that. So, let me finish, because that was just sentence number 1. All right. Okay. All right. Vice President, I want y'all to listen. Before I read this next sentence, let me resituate myself. I want everybody to hold on to the seat you sitting in. I want everybody, especially the women, especially black women that is listening to me, within the sound of my voice, I want you to hold on to to the seat that you are sitting in right now. When I read you this next sentence, baby, Vice President Kamala Harris, the first woman and person of Asian descent to hold the office, opened the signing ceremony by thanking lawmakers for their work in the anti-Asian hate crime legislation. Several Democrats were present to witness it, including Senator Mazie Hirono from Hawaii and Representative Grace Meng from New York, who introduced the bill. I'ma read that one more time. I'ma read it one more time. Did you say she was Asian? Or is she black? Did you say she was Asian? Or is she black? What? Boop. Vice President Kamala Harris, the first woman and person of Asian descent to hold the office. Now y'all better stop playing with me. Thought she was the first black woman. Now she the first Asian woman. How many more ethnicities she's gonna be for y'all to get this off? See, black women, that she ain't black. But she half Indian, and I don't mean Native American, I mean Indian. Excuse my French, dye-head Indian. Since when they Asian? I don't include them in the greater part of Asia. Now people would try to say, well, they part of Southeast Asia, this and that. They are their own people. Thai people is closer to Asian than Indians and Pakistan people. And culturally. Thank you once again, Chief Rocker. He quadrupled it. Say they omitted black. Nothing about her Jamaican roots. Some Indian people try to identify as Asian. I don't see it that way. Sorry. And why they lump in Pacific Islanders with Asians? Why they do that? Why they do that? Anybody know why they put Pacific Islanders with Asians as a group? Anyway. Kamala Harris is Asian according to this article. To the members of our United States Congress on both sides of the aisle who helped pass the C-19 Hate Crime Act, thank you, she said to applause. Because of you, history will remember this day and this moment when our nation took action to combat hate. Biden said he hopes the signing ceremony, which comes during Asian American and Pacific Islander or AAPI Heritage Month, sends this message to the Asian American community: we see you. You know what? Anyway, for centuries, dang on it, for centuries, for hundreds of years, Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, Pacific Islanders, whoa, ain't Hawaiians Pacific Islanders? Aren't Pacific Islander people who reside or come from the culture of people that reside on islands in the Pacific Ocean? Where's Hawaii? Am I taking crazy pills, or isn't Hawaii in the Pacific Ocean? Because it's not in the Atlantic Ocean. So wouldn't Native Hawaiian people be Pacific Islanders? I know I'm nitpicking, but why did we separate it out? Anyway. Thank you, Ruminant said Kamala is human tofu. She take on whatever she in contact with. Pacific Islanders, diverse and vibrant communities have helped build this nation only to be stepped over, forgotten, or ignored, he said. My message to all those who are hurting is we see you. And Congress has said we see you. And we are committed to stop the hatred and the bias. What other group of people have helped build this nation only to be often stepped over, forgotten, or ignored? I wonder who could that be? It'll come to me. It'll come to me. What group of people that this could also apply to? Can y'all guess? Because it maybe I need sleep or something, because it's not coming to me. What other group? There's another group of people. It's on the tip. It's on the tip of my tongue. Torian, do you know who these other people could be that this definition could apply to? Do you know, Torian? Cause I don't know. The president also called the history of mistreatment against the AAPI community in the U.S. un-American. Did you hear that? I was just wondering, did you hear it? Oh, you mad at me? I was reading it out. Did you hear it? I'm gonna read that one more time. The president also called the history of mistreatment against the AAPI community in the U.S. un-American. Silence is complicity, and we cannot be complicit. We have to speak out. We have to act. That's what you've done. And I can't thank you enough, Biden said. I'm proud today. You know how you breathe like that after your mama give you a whooping? That's how he was standing up there at the podium. Oh, he stood up there at the podium talking about I can't thank you enough. Drafted in response to an alarming rise in violence. I want y'all to stick a pin in that. Drafted in response to an alarming rise in violence against Asian Americans during the C-19 pandemic, the legislation is intended to expedite the review of pandemic-related hate crimes and make grants available to help law enforcement improve reporting of bias-driven incidents. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. It specifically directs the Justice Department to designate a point person to assist with expedited review. Expedited, that's that word again. That means do it real fast. Kind of like how this bill was signed into law. It was expeditiously. Shout out to T.I. Review of C-19 hate crimes provide guidance for state and local law enforcement agencies to establish online reporting of hate crimes in multiple languages, expand linguistically appropriate public education campaigns, linguistically appropriate. Oh, I got a barn burner after this, after I read this article in the most entertaining and animated way. Public education campaigns and issue guidance on best practices to curb racially discriminatory language in describing the pandemic. When you change language, you change what? Culture. In one of the first events since the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released new guidance for those vaccinated from C-19, several Democratic lawmakers gathered inside the East Room without masks and social distancing for the bill signing. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was seen closely chatting before the ceremony with Attorney General Merrick Garland, who sat front row for the remarks alongside Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff. Second Gentleman. If for those of you who are unaware of that little cultural language shift, that would be Kamala, the Asian lady's husband. He's the second gentleman. There has never been a second gentleman before. He the first. Asked how it felt to be inside the White House without a mask, Pelosi told one reporter, fabulous. The House Representatives on Tuesday gave final passage to the bill with a 364-62 vote after the Senate passed the bill last month, 94-1. All votes in opposition were from Republican members, with Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley, who challenged the results of the 2020 election, standing out as the lone senators to vote against it. They got to throw somebody under the bus. Biden pledged to swiftly sign the legislation, tweeting Thursday morning that hate has no place in America. I wonder when that happened. Black men didn't get the memo that there's no hate in America. More than 6,600 hate incidents against the AAPI community have been reported in the year since the pandemic began, according to a report this month from Stop AAPI Hate, a national coalition addressing anti-Asian racism. Another recent report from the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism at California State University. There's a center for that? The Center for the Study. Let me read that one more time. There's a center for that? Okay. Another recent report from the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism at California State University, San Bernardino, on hate crimes against Asian Americans in major U.S. cities found a 164% increase in reported crime in the first quarter of 2021 compared with the same period in 2020 before the pandemic surged. Harris said in her remarks Thursday that the violence is nothing new. In my life, my lived experience, I have seen how hate can pervade our communities. What they need to sign into law is that every time Kamala Harris show up somewhere, she got to have a fitted cap on backwards. I don't care what kind of event it is. I don't care if it's a gala. I don't care if it's a political event. I don't care if it's a White House press conference. I don't care if it's signing a bill ceremony. I need her to have on a fitted cap turned backwards. Cause she full of backwards cap. That's why she need the cap on backwards. I have seen how hate can impede our progress, and I have seen, if she say she's seen something one more time, I swear for God in heaven, how people uniting against hate can strengthen our country. This bill brings us one step closer to stopping hate, not only for Asian Americans, but for all Americans. Democrats have argued the rise in crimes against Asian Americans linked to throwing Trump back under the bus. He ain't got nothing to do with it. Branding it as the China virus. Actually, he said it was the Wuhan, but whatever. Among other names. While some advocates say the bill takes relatively modest steps to equip law enforcement and communities to better deal with the rise in violence against the AAPI community, House Democrats argued Tuesday the legislation will help prevent attacks by facilitating better reporting of the incidents. The legislation was introduced after the shooting of 8 people, including 6 Asian women at several spas in the Atlanta area in March. These women are memorialized in the bill's text. The mass shooting followed a general rise in anti-Asian sentiments across the country. Before I continue on, I got 84 wonderful Crimsonites, but I only got 68 likes. Can we fix it? I need to know if we can fix it. Okay, we fixed it. Now I'm gonna show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. For this. Put a 1 in the chat if you are familiar with the phrase problem, reaction, solution. Put a 1 in the chat if you are familiar with problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution is the vehicle that they use to invoke a value system change using BioCultIron. Don't believe me? Let me illustrate. Problem. Started in biology. C19 was the biological change. The biological change was C19. Problem. The reaction manufactured in culture to show us, because what does culture entail? Culture Asians being randomly attacked to enact or invoke a cultural shift. When they did that, it changed how we thought about Asians and Pacific Islands, but more so Asian. That's another biological change induced by the cultural shift. So culture and biology have been switched. Problem, biology, C19. The reaction, so-called by the people, was violence against Asians. The solution is an environmental change to sign an anti-hate crime bill into law. So now it is the law of the land, which isn't going to do anything other than facilitate further biological changes and further cultural changes. This is BioCultIron in action, not over the span of a generation, but over the span of a couple of months. Understood. I know why I lose sound. Hold on. There we go. What I was saying was, when I had the picture up, was when you look at underneath culture, it has energy and nurture and influence and society at large and unwritten policies. And those little pictures have social media, videos, movies, so forth and so on. They switched the culture by showing us videos of violence against Asians, which changed our biology because it changed how we thought about Asians and Pacific Islanders. So the problem was biology, C19. The reaction was violence within the culture. The people. So they began to show it to us on social media, which causes a cultural shift. It causes the people to have conversations about it. And the solution was to sign the bill into law. Do we catch that? Did we catch it? My apologies for the sound thing, because I add charts, but then I have to add my mic to it as well. And because I did it on the fly, I forgot to add the mic. So my apologies. But did we catch that? Do we understand that problem, reaction, solution is the vehicle used when a value system needs to be tweaked or changed altogether, utilizing BioCultIron? We have to remember that this is a value system. The system of white supremacy or white survivalism is a value system that sets them up to be more valuable than everybody else. We are on the bottom of that value system. We as a group have been going through this stuff and much worse for hundreds of years on this land. But we are not valued. So we don't get a hate crime bill. Not like that. The Asians are more valuable on this scale. America can't afford, quite literally, to really be at odds, specifically with China, which is where the city of Wuhan is located, and which is where the pandemic came out of. By the way, they're having horrible natural disasters and weather over there. I don't know who cursed Wuhan, but okay. We are not valuable on this scale at all. This is why we cannot keep trying to exist within or cultivate within or live our lives by a value system that does not value us. See, we keep on trying to work it, but it doesn't work. Not for us. You know, it's real famously said that when you read the real Willie Lynch letter, that system would persist for hundreds of years. And it did. But the reason why it persisted was because nobody had the key to undo the lock. See, it would take us that long to figure out that they had flipped it using the concept of BioCultIron. See, it take you a long time to figure that part out. So you just get bits and pieces, but you can't put all of it together because you don't know. You don't know how it all works. So you don't know how to put it together, and you don't know how to reverse engineer it. Now we do. See, whenever they want something to switch off, whenever they want a value system to be changed or replaced, they do this. There'll be a problem, either naturally occurring or manufactured. And then there'll have to be a reaction. And then there'll have to be a resolution. And the reason why they chose that as a vehicle is so that the majority of the people will agree and will accept a value change. Because if you don't get people to agree that the value system needs to change, they will buck against it. So you gotta convince people that a law like that a bill needs to be signed into law by doing what? Showing us a bunch of violent acts against Asians and saying that it's happening because of hate crimes. Now, we don't know that each individual incident was spurred by hate crimes that stem from C-19. We don't know that. We have no idea. People get attacked in this country every day. I can run any kind of narrative that I want to about the people who get attacked. I can say what I want about them. You don't know the difference. If I string together 100 videos of people abusing dogs, then I can say that we have a dog abuse problem that's running rampant in America. And we need to enact some type of law to protect dogs from being abused by enacting stiffer penalties for people who abuse dogs. All I gotta do is make like 100 videos go viral on social media. And then throw up some statistics. Somebody's fact checking the statistics? No, I think not. And say, the crimes against dogs is up 100. The crimes against dogs is up 138% since last year. How do you know? How you know? They got that stat from the Center, what was it, of the Study of Hate and Extremism in California State University. I didn't even know there was such a center like that. Apparently, there is. Are we in some type of understanding about this? Because I see people dropped off. Did people drop off? See, this is the stream that everybody needs to be looking at. Because we're puttering around in the dark when there's no need to. Because over here on the Crimson Cure channel, we have the light. So there's no need to putter around in the dark. As we try to figure out how we can clout chase and who's got more numbers and who's got this and that, but do they got the truth? Do they have the key to the lock that has locked us in a perpetual state of failure and death for hundreds of years? They got the key to that lock? As we rant and rave about the symptoms of what's got us ill and not looking at the illness as a whole. This is a systemic illness. And when you have a systemic illness, it doesn't do you any good to deal with the symptoms. You have to get all the way to the root of what's happening in that system and correct it. And then the symptoms will go away. But we too busy dealing with the symptoms. We too busy in this space talking about which woman is choosing Pookie and Ray Ray. We running around here in this space trying to argue whether or not Love Dorsey, husband or man or whoever, was the right man that she should have been with. Like, who gives two shorts and curlies about that? Apparently, y'all. Cause see, what I see is it's a lot of folks around here that ain't looking for the key to the lock. They like the lock just fine. They just want to be comfortable in the room that they locked in. That's all. You just want to be comfortable. You just want to get a bad B. You just want Big Booty Keisha to choose you. You just want to nest in your environment like a female. Yeah, I'm charging you up. I'm charging up this space. As you run around here on panel after panel after panel, some of you want to be fake players and gangsters. Some of you want to be fake pimps. Most of you are Jonathans. Shout out to Sheep Stay Sleep. Some of you want to act like you so smart, but you ain't over here getting this light though. Because you still want to complain. You still want to identify with the struggle. You still want generations of black men and women 100 years from now to still be dealing with the same issue when we got the solution to the issue. That's because you ain't ready to be unlocked. You like the room you locked in just fine. Long as you can get one of these chicks to come over here and give you some brain, you all good. Long as you can get one of these dudes to come over here and give you a bag, you all good. You think the A-Game family came here to play, but I told you we not for play. This space was supposed to be a space where black men not only came to commiserate and have empathy with one another, but to move the conversations forward into action, into solutions. But I think too many is scared about that. Scared to get to the solution part of it. You just like the problem and the reaction. You don't like the solution. Thank you, Bishop. Said, keep teaching cooking, my dear sister in the war. Stand up, my A-game family. Exactly. And thank you so much. Panel after panel, day after day, you just want to sit there and complain. This is what they doing to black men. This is what they doing to black boys. And are those things true? Yes. But what we gonna do about it? What are we gonna do about it? After you done went over the problem with a fine-tooth comb, what you gonna do about it? Because if you're not going to do nothing about it, you need to shut up and let the people who got the plan come forward and work the plan. And you sit back. Try to support if you're any good with that. Don't even want to support the message. Don't even want to support the solution because it gets you out of the hole. Talking about we get crabs in a barrel mentality. Let me tell you the problem with the analogy about crabs in a barrel. Why do you Negroes think crabs belong in the barrel in the first place? You mad at Negroes clawing other crabs in and out the bucket, but what you fail to realize is crabs don't belong in a bucket. If there are crabs in a bucket, that means somebody caught you. That means somebody changed your biology by taking you out of your natural habitat and making you be in something that's unnatural to you, like a bucket. And then they changed your culture. You can't scuttle along the beach like regular crabs. You gotta just scuttle on top of each other. And they changed your environment by putting you in a bucket in something that you don't have the physical capability of getting out of it. So the law of the land is you gotta be in a bucket. Stop playing. I don't want to hear nothing else. All these panels, day after day, all you panel prostitutes, that's all you got time for. 24 hours a day, some of y'all. I wonder when you really living life. See, this is why you don't like the 10 life values, because it make you have to examine where you are in your life and you ain't nowhere good. So this is why you try to ignore what's going on the Crimson Cure channel. You try to ignore what's going on Sheep Stay Sleep channel. You try to ignore what's going on the Bishop's channel. You ignore what's going on Ronan's channel. But we will not be ignored. And the revolution will not be a YouTube stream. The revolution happens inside of you. I know you're scared of the 10 life values, but you need to pick it up. You running around here scared about what you gonna see in the mirror. Everybody know you a failure, because we hear you talk about your failures every day on a live stream for 8 hours. Everybody know. Everybody know. So you might as well look in the mirror and with disdain, go ahead and then work on it. Work on your spiritual value. I know you're scared of that. Everybody want to be philosophers. You don't even know the purpose of your being in this world. But you can philosophize about this, that, and the third. Get your health together. Running around here, either you're overweight or you're bedridden for some kind of reason, or your blood pressure is off the charts. Or you're running around here, your emotional self so messed up, or you got mental health issues that you don't address. And I'm talking about the men and the women. You spend all your time on YouTube, but your family is a mess. Can you call your kids and get an answer? Can you tell your mama to stay about your business and she do it? Day after day complaining about the men that women choose that you claim don't have any value anyway. So what difference do it make to you? If the woman you complaining about is a lowlife, why are you worried that she picked lowlives to be with? Unless you want to be a lowlife. Or unless you are a lowlife and she picking over you, you ain't even as good as the other lowlifes that she picked. Which one is it? Yeah, I'm charging all y'all up today. Because see, I tried to be nice. But you want fish grease. So here she is. You called the thunder, here it is. Then you live in a society that think lower of you than the dirt. And your response to that is to be on YouTube trying to follow up after a fanny pack. That's your response. We got to protect the fanny pack at all costs. That's your response. I got a solution for you for your problem. Maybe this will help you think of the solution. Since it, handles blood flow and that affects something other than your Johnson. It's not a Johnson pill. Blood flow help oxygen go to your brain too. It help increase your energy and your vitality and your strength. A solution, a physical one. You can get your hands on a physical pack of A-Game. How do you do that? Go into the description box and click the link for A-Game. At agameherbal.com, you can get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10, Kendra, the number 10 at checkout. And you'll have a nice little solution coming your way. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.